All right, welcome to semifinals number one, Division 1 action from the Stock Farm Technical Center. Welcome on, welcome all. The sun is setting, the atmosphere is cooling down, and semifinals number one are about to get on fire on this field at the Stock Farm Technical Center. My name is Joseph Fadul, right here, and of course, joining me is none other than the one and only
Ronnie Gustav.
And
And Fadula, you have to say it's going to be a very exciting game today. Both teams playing a good brand of football, and we know it's going to be a marquee matchup today. There, both teams looking to make it to the finals.
most definitely, because making it to the finals will get them a spot at the finals, and of course from the finals, to the big boy leagues, the Premier League. That is where everybody wants to be aiming for. I know for a fact the very last game that the Avengers played, it was a very nail-biting game, over 100+ minutes of play. And let me tell you, it literally came down to the last moments for the Avengers that edged their way out to that win in the last game, Ronnie.
Yes, definitely. When you play in semi-finals, you always have to be prepared to go the extra mile, and knowing that when the game is drawn, you have to go an extra 30 minutes, Fado. So I think they were preparing for that, knowing that their coach have prepared them for this upcoming fixture today. There, I know both teams are well focused and ready to go, and we'll also have a minute of silence for the late Julius Timothy, a former player and have given a lot to football in Dominica.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's take 1 minute of silence for the Honorable late Julius Timothy.
And of course, taking a moment of silence for the late Mr. Julius Timothy, a big contributor, not just to football, Ronnie, but to sports in general. In fact, before his death, he was actually sponsoring the Julius Timothy Domino League, and in fact, that league is actually going on still right now. I know we're in football, but we just took a moment of silence, just to remember the late Mr. Timothy, whose contribution has been, very valuable, especially to football, and of course, really appreciate what he had done to the sport. Ronnie.
Yes, he have sponsored a lot of teams, including former team like ATS Evans or champions in the Premier League, and many others. So we have to give him that accolade. Respect a man of that stature. Have given a lot to sports on the whole in Dominica.
Well, Commander George, number 22, Enoch Philip, number 2, Dwighton Victor, number 4, Jomari Peters, number 3, Jaime Popo, number 15, Jaron Mayers, number 6, Olvens Dalis, number 17, Jovan Bryson, number 5, Nyron Boston, number 8, Jarell Laville, of course, the man pushing forward, number 10, and Brendan Weeks are the starting 11 for the mighty Avengers. And I will just, allow you to just give some stats between the both teams as we await the moments for the game, Ronnie.
Yes, we want to apologize for the list of St. Joe. We will have it in a minute. But Mighty Avengers have been there since 2019, and they were in the last 20 to 2024 season. They were beaten in the semifinals by DS, and also this evening there, we have to look for players like the general in at the front there with 7 goals. Raville, who was bought from Milan United for about $35.3 million, and
That's a pretty. That's not a bad price.
yes,
That's not a
yes,
bad price. Sorry.
definitely, and he has really been putting in the work, and there are 7
Yes.
goals right now for them. That's the ace man, and then you have Boston, Nyron Boston, who are being consistent on the pitch, making plays and doing what it has to be done on the pitch for his team with 5 goals. Now the midfield general, we have Orvel, who a small body guy, but he has a lot of vision on the pitch. Looking for his players, moving in space, and then we have the great defender at the back there, Peters. Peters is one you can look for. You remind me of Rabu, a former player of National, also a former player of Kensborough. So that's a player that we play with heart and soul for there. St. Joe is also a community of footballers. We know that of the Marshals.
Yes.
In the past,
Yep.
have a strong community when it comes for football. You had the Marshals, and you had a lot of ex-national players coming from that region. So it's nice to see them back in the first division, trying to get back to the Premier. Because I know whenever St. Joe is playing, it used to be a lot of boss load of fans coming down to support.
Yes.
To support. So we
Yes.
really need that back in the football.
Well, Ronnie, believe it or not, it has been coming back. I know, more and more it's been coming back, and we're gonna see a lot more. We might not see it today, like right now, because I know a lot of people always say, the sun is a bit intense, but we do see the games, having quite a bit of a bumper crowd. The man in the middle, referee Vernon, will whistle blow us any second from now as we get this semifinals number 1 underway. The Avengers will take first touch, and Laville, the $35 million man, will take the first touch when we just standing by. And also, I believe we're also being streamed live in St. Lucia as well on one of the St. Lucia channels. We'll confirm the St. Lucia channel momentarily. So we are on the way right now.
Solid tackle here from Aji, getting that ball and play it long down for Wicks on the right side. Wicks goes across one time in, keeper going up and just missing that ball there.
He was aiming for Nyron. Nyron just a little too forward. They still hold on to possession. St. Joseph attempting to get some clearance. To its center, trying to recycle back. Not all the way.
Nice pass going forward there, and not. Oh, that was a clear opportunity there for St. Joe. The player could just take that ball and just go, hit that ball to the right side of the keeper.
So that's the first shot on.
And you're seeing Mighty Avengers trying to get their composure in the game. But you can see St. Joe is there, weaving their way through, trying to find their number 17 up front.
That's Whalers. Boston playing it from the left side, attempting to push forward. Boston looking for options. He's looking for Jarrell. Slides it on the line, and Jarrell not making the run. Interesting enough, Jarrell Laville not attempting the run. I suspect he was saying probably the effort may not have been worth it, Ronnie.
Yeah, but you could see the pressure from Ajay Roy putting that sort of pressure on Boston. Wasn't sure of what he is. Wasn't sure of what he was about to do. Trying to see Senjo trying to break the lines right now. Mighty Avengers in control. Laville trying to find his man. With Boston making a nice run down the line. Here come Laville 1-on-1. And it's a goal. Great opportunity with a beautiful composure goal by Laville, the 45,000 million man.
$$1 million man.
Scoring for Mighty Avengers. Breaking the lines there. Nice pass from Olvens. Breaking the lines of Senjo there and just composing himself and hitting the ball to the left side of the keeper. No chance at all. And Avengers being 1-up.
Definitely Avengers 1-up to St. Joseph and very much composed. I'm happy as we see number 7.
Opportunity there for what opportunity there for Central player that's
Omari Walker.
Passing through the defense of Mighty Avengers like a hot knife passing through butter there and just throwing that ball to the left side of the post.
Well, that was Omari Walters making that attempt. Number 17. Number 11. Okay. Number 11. All right. So, Linson Luke making that. So an almost miss. But there are two number 17s, as we're clarifying from the coach. There are two number 17s that need to be clarified as the Avengers attempting to play down through to the middle. St. Joseph takes back possession in the middle. It's a little bit of a toggle right there. Avengers playing down on the right side, looking for options. They have two options. Boston into the middle, and a foul will be called. No, a foul will not be called, Ronnie.
Yeah, I think the player tried to do a little too much extra there. He could just brought the ball across the goal for the player, but he looked to do some sort of extra on the ball, and as a result, the ball going out of touch.
St. Joseph playing it down to the middle. Good bit of control there.
Yeah, but Fado, as the game has started, feel me, here come Laville again, trying to play that fast. Trying to take that fast free kick there, but Laville is running in the offside position there.
This is something that they need to be very careful. You know, you want to capitalize on the momentum, Ronnie, but at the same time, you don't want to catch yourself off. Just like how Jarrell just found himself. Keeps the pressure on.
Yeah, but look at
Eli Marie again attempting. That's his second time, Ronnie, and
yes.
he could be the danger man that the Avengers need to look out for. The number 17, Eli Marie.
Yeah, so far Marie has put in a constant pressure on Mighty Avengers defenders and making a lot of mistakes at the back, and you can see with the St. Joseph team they are a little more composed since the game started compared to Mighty Avengers having 1-up.
This time, you are 1-up, but you don't want to, get too relaxed too fast.
Well, as you can see, Mighty Avengers have not settled down in the game as yet compared to St. Joe stringing the passes across from side to side and looking to go forward. As you said, number 17, we have gotten 2 clear chances so far.
Very much
and
so.
Not looking to capitalize on this. Here comes St. Joe playing a nice 1-2 football.
Wallace finding himself under a little pressure.
Again.
Mary again. He's the man that they need to look out for. Avengers taking back. And there's a good throw. He gets through with the throw. And a foul.
And you see the You can see the coach of Mighty Avengers is very emotional seeing that his player getting foul on a counter attack, and the referee not blowing as he expected to. Yes, he was expecting that the advantage would have played, but the referee ended up calling it. But sometimes the referee have to watch and analyze. It was an advantage
Yes, it
for Will
was.
because the player, the Mighty Avengers, was in control of the ball going forward.
Peters to Boston, looking for Boston.
Yeah.
Gets to Bryson into the center. And a long clearance forward. Holding it onto the line. Boston again. Oh, a
Nice.
flick back. And that was a nice flick back. But Bryson not able to capitalize on it. In fact, Popo not able to capitalize on it.
The game is pretty young still, Fadul, and you can see St. Joseph is the team that are stringing the passes, they're more composed on the ball, looking for their players up front.
Well, for a moment there,
yes,
the call went the other way.
Yes.
And then referee Vernon, finally making the correction.
Yes, well,
Making the correction.
we have to realize that the
Yes.
official is a human just as us, so errors can happen. But he corrected the call because I was a bit amazed by him calling that foul on the opposite direction.
Keeps it low. Defense holds up.
We explain that long ball up front for Laville. Laville trying to see if he can meet keeper using the experience to come out and just get that ball and play wide for his player. Losing the ball. Wicks is in control right now. Trying to find his man. Losing Ajay, trying to shadow that ball out, and Boston's putting the pressure on him, winning that ball, going forward. Bit one, but it was just a bit too hard going in going towards goal.
I thought he would have used his option of Jarrell, who was just to his right. I suspect he didn't scan, probably take a little peek to his right a little bit, wanted to, run it on his own. But good attempt, nevertheless, by him. And we've been able to see St. Joseph really get deep into the defensive line of the Avengers. The Avengers taking back down through to the middle, and a foul will be called. Bryson picks up the foul. Boston, will he get to it? Gets control. Will he keep it in? And it's a goal kick.
Yes, I think Boston need to be a little more aggressive because Ajay is a player that will not give him a chance to bring down that ball on him, and a little lackadaisical going towards the ball there. Ajay is also a former national player, and I know the caliber of player he's very demanding when it comes for going for the ball.
Weeks on the fire, and he's under a bit of pressure. This allows the ball to shadow out of the last touch. Avengers with a throw in. Bryson looking for Jarrell, not getting to Jarrell. Weeks on the fire, and it's 2-on-1. And a foul against him.
But I definitely with Mighty Avengers, seeing that they're one up, they're still looking to hustle the game, need to slow down the game. Here comes Senjo in possession of the ball, looking for his man going forward, beating one, playing that ball for the line and losing control to his man going up front. Ricks is in control now, looking to play that ball wide for Laville. Laville running the offside position.
He wasn't at first, Ronnie, but he wasn't actually offside at first because he was about to move, and then he realized if he had moved the first time, he would have initially been offside. But I suspect, you know, he didn't time it properly and did eventually find himself offside. Good take by the Avengers, playing it down to the middle. It's a through ball, and Laville, not enough speed.
One thing that I feel the strikers have to look at. Sullivan is a player. He's gonna be looking for, from time he reading that ball, you're gonna be looking to go forward and looking for his players again, because he's very crafty on the ball and has good vision.
Good string of passes from crossfield inside. Keeps it in. Nyron will keep it in. Slides it back to Jarrell. Jarrell on the left side. And it's going to be cleared.
Yes, it was a nice cross from Wicks there. And the player was on the pitch like as he wasn't.
Victorine, long one forward and to no one. Oh, mistouch, and the goalkeeper not getting the final touch.
Yeah, I think that there was some kind of miscommunication between the defender and the goalkeeper. And as a result, Mighty Avengers getting a corner kick with Wicks. Take it on the left-hand side. Nice corner coming in. Senjo heading out. Playing a nice shot ball to his man, playing in center. Number 17 again on the ball, looking for his man. Shadow. Oh, nice attempt trying to play that ball wide for his right back going. Nice 1-2 football there from Senjo, just miscontrolling the ball. Here come Boston coming in, trying to play that ball across. And he crossed, and it's a goal! Out of nothing. Here comes something for Mighty Avengers, looking to cross that ball. And that's a misjudged by the keeper, and that ball getting into the goal for Mighty Avengers. And Avengers having 2 goals now to 0 against Senju.
What a shot! Well, it was absolute. Listen to me. I thought it was actually going over, but looking at it and in fact playing it back, the speed that it was coming to, I think he timed it perfectly so that it took that top corner, Ronnie. Yeah. And let me tell you, I think that was a really beautiful shot by Boston there from the left side.
Yeah, well, I'm further from where I'm watching the game there. I believe Boston in an attempt to that shot at goal. He tried to bring the ball across, but nevertheless, goals give you win, and Mighty Avengers being 2 up.
2 up at this time.
Here comes Wicks alone on the wing, looking to bring that ball across for his man. Miss. Bad pass by Wicks there, losing control of that ball. Senju is trying to redeem themselves. Trying to find his mind, trying to break the lines. They were losing of the touch. Playing that ball for Ajayi. Ajayi streaming forward, playing that ball wide to number 17. Number 7 looking for AJ. AJ is in the box now looking for his man. Hitting the ball at goal. And it's a great save by the keeper just going down. And what you see, Alexandru is getting into your rhythm once again.
It's the way how they've been able to penetrate and almost sneak through the back line, Ronnie. This is what the Avengers have to look out for, because the back line has had a few cracks in it. You have to admit the back line has had a few cracks in it, and it's through these little cracks that the St. Joseph team has so far been able to at least take two shots on. And I mean, they've been 2 saves, but I mean, it's been very close for them so far. If these shots were actually on target, Senjo would have actually been 2. We would have had a 2-all game so far.
Yeah, because earlier of the game, Senju got the early opportunities, but did not
Yes, he
capitalize on
did.
them.
Ailey Murray, the number 17, he did have 2 opportunities as well.
And if you can see the way Senju is playing there, like the overloaded on the left side of Mighty Avengers, and whenever they get that ball, they always go through. But it's just
doesn't get past the wall.
Yes.
He was looking for the height. He doesn't get past it. Will he get to it? No, he won't get to it. Avengers playing from the back on the right side, pushing forward. It's going to be kept in. Yes, it will be kept in. And the linesman says differently, Ronnie.
Yes, Sean McDonald on the opposite side of the lines in at call and the ball being out.
Bryson. 2-on-1. Bryson holds on under a bit of pressure. Will he collect a foul? No, he won't. And the last touch.
Yeah, this defender making a nice try. They're trying to keep that ball back in touch, but went for throw for Mighty Avengers. Now you have Wicks leaving it for Enoch, number 2. But Senjo, you could see Senjo is trying to get back, trying to string their passes. There come. Nice pass overhead there for Senjo. Not able to win. Not able to reach the ball. Number 18 for Senjo.
That's Charles. Janai Charles.
There come Wicks, trying to bring that ball across for nice defense there from Senjo.
Senjo coming with a quick counter. Haley attempting to push down the line. Does he get through? Yes, he gets through.
5 running. Yes. Trying to beat his man and losing. Nice defense there by Oswald getting that ball back.
2-on-1 on Wallace.
Playing that ball down for Boston. Like Boston playing for Laville. Laville trying to find his man. That's hold the ball a bit too long. And Ajay is in control right now. Playing knocking for his man number 19. Playing. Switching the ball very nicely there. Playing some nice football. And Wicks intercepting. Playing. That's losing control. Wicks is in control again. Losing that ball. And Senjo is back in control. Playing a nice long ball for number 10. Number 10 trying to beat his man. Going towards goal. Beating the first man. But going wide out to the goal. Bringing across. And that ball going out of touch. But you can see Senjo is definitely of the two teams stringing a bit more passes than Mighty Avengers, although they are at 2 down. But you could see they are more composed at this point in time. You could see Mighty Avengers is still hustling the game, although they are 2 up, trying to get their rhythm, and knowing that how they are accustomed of playing, of knocking the ball. They come Solvent playing Boston playing back to Solvent just losing. Losing sight of the ball and getting a foul as a result of that. Yeah, Popo behind the ball now, looking to take a long free kick into the box. Taking a long free kick into the box, and no one is putting pressure. Ref, yellow card. Yes, definitely that would be a yellow card for number 6 of
That's Mayers.
Mayers that's running in front of the ball and getting. You two.
I'm not sure. No, but
that's
Ronnie, I'm
unnecessary.
not. No, but Ronnie, I don't think I don't think he was aware, at the time, because his back was his back. I think it took his back. It didn't take him directly. He wasn't watching the ball. So I don't know.
So taking that long ball forward into the box for the striker, but on there come Wicks trying to find Laville trying to take on his man in speed down the line, holding up, looking for support, playing to Wicks in control, and the defender just getting a boot out with it and getting that ball out for through for Senju.
Well, 2-0 in favor of the Avengers. Still, like you said, Ronnie, hustling the game. A bit more composure by the St. Joseph team. But at the end of it, Ronnie, it's goals that win games.
Yes, definitely.
And at this time, St. Joseph are not on the sheet as yet. It's a 2-on-2 chase. Now it's
Myers in control, trying to find his mind. Wicks just flicking that ball there for number 5. Bryson losing control of that ball. St. Joe is in control now, speeding down the line, looking for his man in the box, unable to, trying to beat his man, but as a result of getting that ball out of play. But you can see St. Joe is trying to turn up the volume and playing a little faster, and their passes, for sure, I have to say, it's precise to their players and running into position. Whereas Mighty Avengers trying to control, play their ball. Nice touch.
good string.
Myers in control, looking for his man. Nice ball overhead. And it's an offside, number 5. Just running. Bryson just running. So a nice run by Bryson, but he has to time his run.
Laville found himself in a similar position earlier on. Again, timing, like you said, very accurately running. Timing. It's the timing of the run. But I think that last bit of play there was one of the better string of passes that we've seen in the last moments for the Avengers. Murray again stringing it down to the middle to number 14. Will he turn with it? He's under a bit of pressure. Turns with it. Beats one, beats two. Will he take the shot on? He takes the shot on. And the goalkeeper gets the cover.
Yes, as you see, push.
think
Here come
referee Vernon is giving
a yellow card to number 6 of St. Joseph. The game is a very hard game. Football is a very hard game, and sometimes the fouls are very soft. Mighty Avengers trying to hit that ball into the box by Wicks. Wicks in control right now, looking for his man Senjo, intercepting that ball, trying to beat his man nicely, looking for that man, beat the second man, looking for the support from his players coming out of the area, bring that ball across nicely. Here come Ajay in control. Play a nice through ball here. Oh, that was a nice through pass, a beautiful pass
yes.
there. The player just getting that ball, still in control of that ball. And it's very hard work by number 17 for St. Joe.
Eli Marie.
Although he should have 2 goals by now. The
Yes.
opportunities he have gotten. But his work is very high this evening there for his team. Fighting along every ball that's going forward and getting a corner kick for St. Joe. Welcome into the box. Nice jump. Whoa, what a beautiful goal. What a beautiful goal for St. Joe there.
I believe that's the number 9, Ali Arroyo.
Yes, that's a beautiful. The timing of the jump and making contact with that ball over the heads of the Mighty Avengers defenders, knowing that they have quite a bit of twin towers at the back there. Just getting up there and heading that ball down into the far corner was a brilliant goal, Fadil.
Very brilliant indeed, and of course that is what they were looking for. They've been down for 28 minutes. This is what they've been looking for. This is a bit of encouragement that the St. Joseph team.
Here comes St. Joe again, playing that ball, trying to get that ball over the line of Mighty Avengers there, and unable to get that ball. But there come Mighty Avengers now in control. Myers in control, looking to play that ball long across for Laville, but the keeper that's running out, getting. But as we were saying, Fadil, here comes St. Joe again in control, playing that ball down the line for number 17, trying to see if he can get that ball back in, and the keeper is running to shadow him out, getting that ball out of touch, and it's a goal kick for St. Joe. But you could see St. Joe right now is very fisty.
I think they have figured out how to burst open that crack that we spoke of earlier in that back line, and they're looking to take advantage of it. Eli Murray, we will possibly see something from him maybe before halftime. But Jerry Laville is making a run for it. It's gonna be aggressively cleared out.
Yes, sir.
Quick throw into Boston. Boston looking for options.
Playing a nice long ball for Laville and the defense, but
St. Joseph coming in for a quick counter, slowing it down through to the midfield, playing it down through to the middle. Intercept by Victorine. Victorine playing to Bryson and offside.
But Fadil, like, if you observe right now, you could see St. Joe is running, and the Mighty Avengers players you could see is lagging at the back right now. St. Joe right now has the momentum going into the game, giving a bad pass there, trying to find his man. Here come Myers trying to play that ball overhead for Laville, but miscommunication there. Laville going in an offside position, playing that long ball down the line. Here comes St. Joe in control, playing that ball down the line for him, and he's alone on the wing, crossing that in, and the just losing sight of that ball coming into the keeper, and it was a great move out of the goal for the keeper receiving that ball, playing that ball long down the line. St. Joe again. Enoch trying to play that long ball down the line again for Weeks losing control that ball. And Senjo is in control. Senjo looking to play that ball in center for his man there, controlling. Nice through pass there. Number 7 receiving that ball all alone, looking to bring that ball across the goal for his man. And Ajay Roy getting a clear header. Keeper nowhere to be seen and heading that ball out.
I think we would have seen goal number 2, Ronnie, just a little bit tighter on the angling, Ronnie, just a little bit tighter on the flick. Trust me, I think we would have definitely seen goal number 2 coming in. Man.
It was a good cross by
Very
number
good
7.
Cross. Very.
And all Ajay had to do is just put his head to the ball, angle into the goal. He didn't have to swing at all, just let the ball hit his head into the goal. But he go for a swing and heading that ball out of the goal.
Well, the number 7 that you spoke of is Aaron Nicholas for St. Joseph. Very good cross by him.
Yeah, and he has been very busy this evening. Trying to getting through the back line of Mighty Avengers. Here comes Senjo again. Playing that ball long down there.
And the offside flag goes up.
Yes, Senjo is trying to play on the counter while Mighty Avenger players are walking back into position, but the player just getting into an offside position and watching the lines of the Mighty Avenger defenders. But the game is pretty young still, Fadul, and from the way and by the way Senjo is playing, they expect some goals to score this evening from both teams.
We will most likely be seeing more goals coming from both teams as to how the skills balance off. Crossing
nice
side
cross
to
for Lavi, big control
and shot. And foul, I think, was called.
Yes, but I did not expect a player of Laville. A player of Laville caliber to control that ball there. That was a good volley to hit one time towards goal. But he tried to make it spectacular by controlling and bring it on top of the 18, on the top of the 6-yard box for Boston.
Well, Boston was clear. I think he was hoping to have had a bit more clearance with Boston.
Nice ball through and breaking the lines, and here comes Senjo just losing. Nice time tackle from number 3, Peters.
Good drive by Charles. It's going to be a chase.
Yeah.
Nice work, Rashid. Nice work.
I have to say this evening, the Mighty Avengers defense is very shaky compared to the previous games I have seen them play. Fado.
We're 35 minutes in, 10 minutes before the end of the first half. Looking for options inside.
Strong football there by St. Joseph. Back in control, looking for his man. Here come Enoch. Boston is in control, looking to do some theatrics. Bringing it back in for Solven. Solven looking for Myers. Myers looking to playing back for Enoch. Enoch bringing that ball inside. And you could see the whole of Mighty Avengers players are walking back while Senjo is on the contact. Beat his man nicely and cutting in number 7. Looking for his man, bringing that ball across. An interception there by number 16 for Mighty Avengers.
Number 15,
Number
Popo.
15, Popo. Yes, that's kicking that ball out for a corner. But you could definitely see that Senjo on the counter, they have been making a lot happen. It's just that the passes You expect to come across, it's not coming at the way he wanted to.
Again,
Because had that ball come across there, it would definitely be a goal.
Marie has been that danger man. As we see corner coming in, a bit of clearance.
And the ball is still in play. He's trying to beat his man there. And
Boston will get to it. He has a bit of pressure on him. We'll shadow it.
Nice shadow from number 5 there, trying to beat his man nicely. Cutting inside, looking nice ball down the line, but it's a bit too hard that his striker could not reach that pass.
Well, Wallace, the number 5, was looking to get to Nicholas, the number 7, just north of the 18-yard box. And a bit overzealous with the shot.
Keeper playing a nice long ball for Laville. Wicks is in control now, looking for his man, breaking that line very nicely there. And nice.
What good opportunity by Bryson. I don't think passes and assists get more beautiful than that. One-on-one with the keeper. He fed the keeper, Ronnie. He was open. Oh, I think he's beating himself up.
Yeah, I think
that should have been number 3 for the Avengers at this time.
Yeah, because Wicks had definitely break the lines of the Atenjo defense there, and not allowing St. Joe's in control right, number 14, looking to take a shot from around 35 yards out and unable to go towards the goal. But back to that Fadul, the player with Wicks breaking the lines of the defense there. Nice run from him. All he had to do was just compose himself to get one touch across of the keeper and just bring that ball. But he tried a one-time shot, not composing himself.
He had already, the keeper was already out. He was already past the keeper, and that shot, nah. I mean, I know we're supposed to say a bit bad. We're supposed to say neutral. Ronnie, I think I really do believe that should have been number 3 for the Avengers at this time. Popo gets a steal to
nice
Ailey.
Ball playing inside number 18, and but you can definitely see that the weakness of Mighty Avengers is on the left side, and you can see definitely Senjo has realized that, and they are using that a lot. Nice playing there. And in the outside position, yes. And linesman McDonald definitely was on the outside, standing there for a while now.
Yes,
while the game is
I would
playing.
actually, yeah. I'm actually, and I'm not being biased or anything. I'm actually kind of questioning whether or not that was actually offside.
Yeah, but Lavilla definitely was standing in an offside position for quite a while there. Ball watching. Here comes Senjo again. Beating his one nicely. Looking to go through. Yes, breaking the lines. Down the line. Number 2. Bring it across. And here comes Senjo. Taking a shot, and a great save by the keeper there.
What a great save.
But Fadul, this, after hard work like that, bringing that ball across the goal, definitely that's supposed to be a goal. In spite of the goalkeeper making a great save, the unrushing striker had to side foot that ball into the goal.
I think for a moment there, the nerves were really up for the Avengers.
Myers played that long ball up front there for Wicks. Wicks trying to bring that ball inside. Keeper just getting a soft touch of it with the unrushing Laville from being on the right side. There comes Senjo again on the attack, looking to beat his man. Heads up, looking to beat his man down the line. Nice flick back, playing miscommunication there from him and his man. Here comes Myers intercepting that ball. Here comes Wicks bringing that ball across for Laville. Laville again in the offside position. Laville has to watch. He's been in a good position, but being offside. So he definitely has to watch the defense before he makes his runs. Sergio playing that ball long, man. Nice control, playing down the line again for his man. Nice defense there. Mighty Avengers in control, trying to get through his man. Losing that ball, Ajayi. Playing that ball down the line. Bringing that ball in. Let's go Laville. Laville trying. Nice defense there by St. Joseph team. Playing that ball down the line for Boston allowing the ball to run and then chase, but could not control the ball as a result going out for through for St. Joe. But you see St. Joe right now is St. Joe definitely is on the brink of looking for the second goal to make it 2-2 before the half. We're just in the 42nd minute of the first half, and St. Joe is trying their best to see if they could equalize before the half. Here comes number 40. Trying to run down the line, and it's a throw for Avengers. Avengers definitely need to slow down the game at this point in time, knowing they are 2-1 up. They're still trying to get into the game as how St. Joe is playing the fast pace, but St. Joe passes are precise to their players compared to how Mighty Avengers is playing. Fado.
Mayers playing from back. Swings it right. Looking for options, like you said, slowing down a little bit. But they're putting themselves under a bit of pressure again. An intercept by St. Joseph. He holds on to it.
Yeah, he come over to the tee, and Ajayi just reaching there a bit too slow, too late. But it was a nice build-up play by playing a 1-2 with his number 7 player getting into the box.
The number 7, Aaron Nicholas.
But you could see St. Joe is the hungriest team of the two. Here comes St. Joe again. Ajayi slowing down the game, playing some nice knocking. And Fadul, you have to say, you could see that St. Joseph team is very aggressive towards the ball. In all ball, they are going in the second ball. They are very aggressive. You could see they are fighting that they really want to get that equalizer before the half.
Well, they just have a few seconds before we hit the 45th minute. We may see it or we may not see it. And the offside flag goes up.
Yes, and the player, yes, they are standing in an offside position for a while now since the Riley game is playing.
And that's it. Referee Vernon only gave 7 seconds.
Well, as you can see,
there's
no injury, and the game
time.
has been flowing pretty well from both teams. But you could see St. Joseph. I definitely believe the second half will be very much more excited with St. Joe. Their game plan coming into second half, because if you see on the left side of the Mighty Avengers, they have been attacking there previously for the past since the game started, and they have been getting through. And I think second half I think they'll continue. They'll continue that and get some more. They need to get a little more players into the box with the number 17,
Eli Murray. But he has been knocking, he has been knocking on the door, and he had quite a number of attempts, possession wise. Before we head to our 15-minute break, the Avengers, believe it or not, have not had the best of possessions for the second half. Even if they are 2-1, but quite a bit of time has been lost in terms of possession. They've actually had about 41% of possession as compared to 59%. St. Joseph has had 8 shots on target and 1 shot off, with of course 8 saves. 8 saves by the Avengers, and the offsides have been a lot more in favor of the Avengers. 5 offsides. These offsides have sort of kept them back a little bit We saw Nyron finding himself, Boston finding himself in offside, and Jarrell Laville, their key striker, he's been, kind of finding himself in offside positions quite often, something that they probably need to look at heading into the second half. Ronnie will be back in about 15 minutes from the Stockholm Technical Center, semi-final number 1, the mighty Avengers versus St. Joseph right here. We'll be back in about 15 minutes. Oh, long I waiting for that game there, boy. I can't wait to see who that win today there, boy. Yeah, boy, but what happened in there now? What are really going on there now, boy? What the game now, boy? Boy, I swear to the other game, boy. But where everybody now, boy? Boy, where everybody now?
Oh, they move the game to another date, bro. Don't be like Mister. Follow the Dominica Football Association on all social media platforms to stay updated.
Boy, hey, oh, long I waiting for that game there, boy. I can't wait to see who that win today there, boy. Yeah, boy, but what happened in there now? What are really going on there now, boy? What the game now, boy? Boy, I swear to the other game, boy. But where everybody now, boy? Boy, where everybody now?
Oh, they move the game to another date, bro. Don't be like Mister. Follow the Dominica Football Association on all social media platforms to stay updated.
Boy, hey, oh, long I waiting for that game there, boy. I can't wait to see who that win today there, boy. Yeah, boy, but what happened in there now? What are really going on there now, boy? What the game now, boy? Boy, I swear to the other game, boy. But where everybody now, boy? Boy, where everybody now?
Oh, they move the game to another date, bro. Don't be like Mister. Follow the Dominica Football Association on all social media platforms to stay updated.
Boy, hey, oh, long I waiting for that game there, boy. I can't wait to see who that win today there, boy. Yeah, boy, but what happened in there now? What are really going on there now, boy? What the game now, boy? Boy, I swear to the other game, boy. But where everybody now, boy? Boy, where everybody now?
Oh, they move the game to another date, bro. Don't be like Mister. Follow the Dominica Football Association on all social media platforms to stay updated.
purple.
Ready?
Mighty Avengers.
Welcome back to the Stock Farm Technical Center, where the scores coming in is 2-1 in favor of the Mighty Avengers. Game underway right now.
Yes, for those who are just joining in, the score is 2-1 in favor of Mighty Avengers, and also making a sub, St. Joseph bringing Kimon Steadman out and Ricky Whelan in number 6. So number 6 coming in and number 19 going out. So we're looking to have a much more exciting second half for those. St. Joe is still knocking at the door, trying to see if they can penetrate through the back of Mighty Avengers to equalize that game and to see from there on what next for them.
Let's see what's next for them. Philip. Sort of a miscalculate. I'm not sure if he miscalculated or
A miscommunication.
Miscommunication, yes.
Yes, miscommunication there by
Yeah.
the two players, Myers and.
Well, St. Joseph take advantage of it. Nicholas. Play down to the middle. Intercept Laville. And we see interception again by
Nice
St.
one.
Joseph.
Ajay trying to play that ball through for his man, still in control, trying to bring that ball across for his man, making that run in, and the keeper just coming out and easily receiving that ball. Nice control there by the man, St. Joe. And Martin's in control, trying to play that long ball overhead for. And still winning that ball. And the player, it looks like
the goalkeeper is down, it looks like.
Yeah, the keeper getting a knock from the Russian striker, Murray. And Murray is a player, you can't give him too much chances, although he hasn't scored this evening, but his work rate is very high.
Yes.
Fadol.
Yes.
He have not stopped running from since the game began or stopped taking on his player. And while you may think that the Mighty Avengers defender is switching off, that's when he switched on and continues running. So that's one of the things Mighty Avengers have to be mindful of.
Ooh.
And
clearly, not sure why the referee hasn't actually stopped the game as yet. I mean, even from our vantage point, we could clearly see that it was a head injury. In fact, it's an injury to the point where even a St. Joseph player is actually checking up. You know, good camaraderie, good sportsmanship by the St. Joseph player. You know, to check up on him. The number 12, that's Weeks. You know, and of course, Weeks has been providing the assists from the right side.
Yeah, but it was a strong content.
Yes, it was, and
you could see that the St. Joe players who knows bad for them. Every ball they challenge every ball in the air, on the ground. A very outside. That's where you go. St. Joe is control now, trying to beat his man and trying to pass through two of the Mighty Avenger players, Myers and Weeks. And you
Weeks,
see them
yes.
guys too strong and stocky guys, not able to pass run as a throw for St. Joe.
If you realize, Ronnie, the defensive has now become a 2 versus 1 defense That's the only way the Avengers so far have been able to sort of hold off St. Joseph. If you realize, 2 versus 1 on that very play right there. The number 5 and the number 17. The number 5 being Bryson, and of course, the number 17 being Delise. It's been a 2 versus 1 defense. That's the only way the Avengers, it seems as if so far they've been able to hold off St. Joseph, at least so far in the second half, Ronnie.
Yes, but the game is pretty young still, Fado, and we could see RJ is behind the ball. Trying to loop that ball in for his strikers, but it's just a bit, as we would say, too rich, going directly for the keeper. A nice long ball there for Mighty Avengers playing the keeper playing a nice long ball there, but unable to, and here come Avengers on the ball. Laville trying to beat his man and trying to find his man, losing possession of that ball. Here come Sullivan trying to beat his man in control, trying to find Wicks, but just losing sight of his player. And here comes Senjo back in control with that ball, trying to find his man, playing, knock that pass. Laville trying to bring that ball in for his player. Wicks is in control, bringing that ball in. And just hitting that ball out.
Philip plays it onto the line.
And you have a player down. It looks like Sullivan.
Out, yes.
Sullivan is down.
Olvens
there.
Jean Olvens Delis. I guess just like the community of Delis,
yes,
right here on the East Coast. Still down. Looks a bit serious from our vantage point, Ronnie.
The collision from the defender, he and the defender. The foot was a bit high, but he got the worst of it. But Senjo is a team from what we have seen, and is no holds back. They come in, when they come in, they come in strong, and from time Senjo, they have had that type of play in them coming from down the south side, the north side. You know,
West Coast.
Yes.
Sort of on the west coast of the island.
They have always been known for a strong team. Physically, it is a fishing community, so you expect the boys and them to be very strong.
Very strong. Good vitamin E in the diet.
They like the likes of the Marshall brothers.
You spoke about them earlier when in our pre-match commentary. You know, the history of the Marshall brothers coming from the St. Joseph community, and we see Delis. Not sure if he'll be subbed out. All right. So substitution coming in. We see the number 9 is coming in, and that's O'Neill Bedminster. Looks like he will be coming in to replace Myers.
Let's go. Philip,
because Senjo trying to find his man, give a nice pass for it, was just a bit too square. That the Russian striker not able to get that ball, but it was a very good attempt, Fado.
Very good attempt indeed. Again, Ronnie, we've been talking about, but just before we get to that, Nyron Boston on the far end, not able to get to it. St. Joseph will pick up possession, sends it all the way down to the midfield, and the number 7 will get to it. Will he hold on to it? It's going to be a 2-on-1 challenge. Right now it's 1-on-1 challenge. Now number 7 beats 1, tries to slide it in, doesn't get through, Ronnie. And the Avengers take back possession on the near end to us. Centre backs will be pushing forward to the number 5, swinging it left to Boston on the far end. Boston has 2 options. Taking his time into the middle. Keeps it down. And bits of fluke by Olvens there. Daly's Olvens there. I think a bit more control. I think we may have had some danger for St. Joseph at this point. But a quick counter coming in from St. Joseph from the far end. Chips it into number 6, straight into the goalkeeper. That was an easy pickup for the goalkeeper,
Yes,
Ronnie.
yeah, definitely. It was a nice read from the goalkeeper coming out for that ball. Had he not come out, that definitely would be an opportunity for the unright Russian striker. St. Joseph. And it's a foul. The Avengers players are not
Too happy
pleased
with the ball,
about that,
no.
but as I always say, when the referee is wrong, the referee is right. So it's a foul for St. Joseph, looking to see if they can bring that ball over the towers of the mighty Avengers defenders. Nice control there. Nice timing tackle there from the St. Joseph defender. Boston is
on the
control,
far
playing that
end.
ball along the line for his man.
Gets to 1. Will he have time to cross it? Yes, he has time to cross it. And last touch. It's going to be a corner. Last touch of the St. Joseph defensive line.
Yeah, but at a very scary there by the defender
Yes.
going so low on his knees to try and get that ball. Fado. But it's a corner for mighty Avengers. And St. Joe have come back into the game with the same intensity they had in the first half. Boston
Straight at the goalkeeper.
Trying
aggressive
to
clearance forward all the way to midfield.
Some pressure.
Swings it left. Swings it right, sorry.
Nice feed there.
Philip with a through. Ooh, miss pass. Back to Philip.
Trying to play that ball through the line for his player, but unable to go through. From Boston. He's not bringing that ball across for Laville. Laville trying to direct that ball into goal, but the pressure from the defender, he unable to get a clear header.
It's a good idea by Laville, and of course he got a good enough cross to him. Just the execution didn't have the polishing touches on the execution, Ronnie. St. Joseph playing on the far end, keeping it on the far end, not using the midfield, of course, right now. Playing down through to the midfield, down for the center. It's a good through ball, but the back line holds on, except to the number 7 for St. Joseph. Playing it down to the center. And
it was
the defensive line waiting for them, Ronnie.
Yes, but a good attempt by the player there, because the defense of Mighty Avengers just stood there.
Looking to play it onto the middle again. He's still at it, the number 11, and it goes straight into the keeper. That's Linson Luke, the number 11.
Yeah, and St. Joseph continue to put the pressure on Mighty Avengers, trying to get that equalizer that they so needed this evening there. Nice turn of the player through 2 of his then rushing St. Joseph player, but unable to keep the ball in play and just kicking it out from Laville. St. Jude in control right now. Taking a long shot from outside. And just easy for the keeper to just...
I thought Roberts would have slowed down the play a bit because Ronnie Roberts was playing from about 30 yards out and he had two options just off the 18-yard mark. I really thought he would have played at least to one of them. Deciding to go solo with the shots. I see another yellow card being issued to players of the mighty Avengers.
Yes, but I have to say it was a good foul by Wicks because Ajay was looking to go through their defense there. While if you watch the Avenger players are walking on the pitch while the St. Joseph players are
running, yes,
moving into space. So sooner or later, if they get the opportunity, I expect St. Joseph to equalize the game.
Brace yourself. Brace yourself. How I relax.
Avengers takes back possession on the far end. Tries to keep it down to the line. Tries to flick back, doesn't get through on the flick. It's a 2-on-1 challenge.
There comes St. Joseph putting the pressure. Played a nice 1-2. Will come deep down in the midfield, trying to receive that ball. Here come Enoch in control, looking for his man, trying to play that long ball to the next side for Boston. Alone, they're trying to beat his man nicely, looking to get into this 18-yard box.
Will it be a foul?
No, definitely was a dive in. Just waiting for the player to make that touch on him to go down. Had it was, I have to say, if that was the Olympics, he would get a 10 for that diving.
Nyron Boston is still down, but St. Joseph with the counter. Straight into the goalkeeper's hands.
Yes, but the player, had he put his head up, you just see the rushing striker on the white side coming in. He go for the glory and hitting the ball to the close post. Had he just bring the ball across the goal.
Nyron Boston is still down, Ronnie. Begs to wonder whether or not that, the legitimacy of that foul, Ronnie.
Yeah, but
because at this point, Nyron Boston is still down. I mean, it must be something serious. Seemingly, of course.
Yeah, but I'm faddled for a man that I've played the game. I know the theatrics of the strikers,
that's true, Ronnie. That's true.
Not making the opportunity, you definitely look for the sympathy from your players by going down.
Premier League coach and coach, correct me if I'm wrong, of the women's, the senior women's national team. We're going to be seeing some action from the women's senior team soon, Ronnie. Maybe we can, maybe kind of squeeze in a bit of info to our viewers and listeners at this time.
Yes.
What's it looking like for the team, Ronnie?
Yeah, well, definitely we are in training now, and the team will be playing on the 29th against Jamaica in St. Lucia. It's unfortunate that we can't play that game at home, seeing that the Windsor Park is not available for this game. But because I am in training vigorously, we're back to the game now. St. Joe is in control. Ajay putting the pressure. Enoch trying to play that ball, long ball down the line for Wicks. Wicks in control, trying to beat his man, and number 8 pulling Wicks back.
That's Casey Ernest.
Ernest pulling Wicks back, and as a result, Wicks getting a foul for his team just about 35 yards out on the right side. You have Laville. Who is that here? The ball now. Jarrell looking to bring that ball into the box. Playing that ball a little bit too flat.
Back to Laville. Dancing through it. Oh,
Nice
good flick
flick.
back. Anybody there? No one there. I don't think Jarrell didn't have enough gas in the tank to reach to it, but it's Nicholas pushing down from the left side. It's 2-on-1, and he will just not go and press forward with it. Nicholas, Aaron Nicholas of St. Joseph playing on the left side. He did have a number of options available to him. I thought he maybe would have attempted to at least probably slow down, at least on the line, and first probably try to get across inside to the 18-yard box.
Yeah, I think the last touch was a bit too
Yes,
heavy.
yes.
So as a result, the ball just left him and go out. For
Ronnie, we see some substitutions happening for
St. Joseph is trying to renew the energy by bringing two fresh players. We'll get their names for our listeners in a while. Boston is in control, trying to flick that ball in the gap for Laville, losing control of the ball. St. Joseph trying to get their rhythm, playing that ball in. A nice ball down to Wicks. Wicks playing that ball out. Wicks trying to, but definitely Jarrell need to watch the defense of the St. Joseph team, because they are playing in line, playing an offside, a synchronized offside trap, and for instance the first half, Jarrell have not been reading that and always ahead of the defense.
I think that's the third time. In fact, he got 3 in the first half. This is the first time in the second half he's been caught offside in the second half. St. Joseph trying to play down through to the middle, getting a bit of clearance. Number 8 trying to push through, and the Avengers will get a little bit of clearance to Weeks. Back to St. Joseph, playing off 18. It's 2-on-1. Back to Jarrell. Jarrell finally finding himself onside, trying to play down to the middle, but it's a 2-on-1, and Jarrell loses to the 2-on-1. Back to Jarrell. Jarrell will find himself inside Bryson. It's going to be headed down, and St. Joseph get the intercept down through to the center-back position, clearing it to the right side for themselves. It's going to go out, Ronnie, for a throw-in. A much-needed retaking possession for St. Joseph as Boston 2-on-1. He has a little bit of help. He's still under a bit of pressure. Gets himself, chips one over. He was looking for Weeks. Didn't quite properly get to Weeks. It's back forward to Weeks. And oh! It hovered over and just off Ronnie.
Yes, it was a very good attempt by the centre back there, taking that shot around 40 yards out, and the keeper being out of his goal, just drifting a little to the right side of the bar. Nice long ball inside, and Russian striker looking to get control, but good defending there by mighty Avengers.
Ronnie, the Avengers defensively, at least in the last 2 set plays, have shown a bit more organized structure in terms of their defense. They've not been able to allow St. Joseph to, get through, but it's inside. There we go again. It's been anticipated. It's like they're sort of polishing, they're sharpening up their ability to sort of figure out where the ball is coming from and to sort of, properly defend that ball. Especially it's been coming in from the right side for St. Joseph, coming in, and a corner for them right now. St. Joseph just in the shadows of the lights. Ball in, it's headed. Ball comes down. A little bit of a recycle. Finally getting a bit of clearance.
Nice ball down the line for Jarrell Lund. And the keeper trying to chip that ball. And I believe Jarrell could do much better than that, Fidel, because the keeper is rushing out and he has
space.
The right side.
He has space.
Where he could just easily just push the ball to the right side and walk into the goal, but there's no one close to him, close to the goal. And he looked for the spectacular instead of for the goal. And sometimes these things can come back and haunt your team.
Definitely. Hopefully it will not come back to haunt them. Hopefully it will not come back to haunt them. Jarrell Lanville should have had his second goal for the night at this point running.
Yes, definitely.
Substitution coming in. The number 7, Tyrese LeBlanc, is coming in. So the number 7, Tyrese LeBlanc, is coming in for Jarrell Laville. He will be striking forward. In terms of, we have to commend the efforts of Jarrell Laville. He does have 1 to his name, scored in the 2nd minute.
Well, had a jerk timing his runs, for sure you would have about a hat trick this evening so far. And you could see nice long ball inside. Nice shadowing. For some reason, the official have called a foul. Well, I think the player was doing a good shadowing of the ball coming towards him, but the referee must have seen something differently.
Something different, yes. 73 minutes in, 2-1, still in favor of the Avengers. Avengers pushing forward. Keep ball into their possession. Weeks not able to hold on. St. Joseph playing it down to the middle.
Nice. Just a little too harder for the Russian player, striker. But the attempt, you could have seen that he was trying to get ball through the gap for his player.
Altitude on this one. Ball finally back down. LeBlanc looking for options. Gets a through one, yes. And it's offside.
Just as I was saying, the Mighty Avenger players are not watching because you could see the St. Joseph team is playing a high line and they are very much synchronized in the defense. Yes, St. Joseph's kicking the ball out for goals through. But you could see Mighty Avengers has made some changes in the tactical wise in their game, because first half they were running their left side, which is the right side now, and the coach have made some tactical changes in his defense where the left side is not much vulnerable as it was, in
before.
the first half.
We see Weeks even playing. We see even Weeks playing
Central.
a more central role. In fact, he
Yes.
was actually playing right wing. Right now, he's actually playing center attacking. Maybe even toggling between center attack and center defensive midfield a bit.
I think right now the coach have him playing as a cam center attacking
Center
midfield
attack,
because
yes.
he's a player on the ball where he's a player that can hold up the ball very well and distribute. So I think the player taking out Laville, it looks like he's playing as a false nine behind the striker.
We see St. Joseph on the attack from the far end, and that gets quickly quelled out. It's gonna be a throw-in for Avengers. Interesting one
Yes.
right there. Avengers taking back possession very quickly, Ronnie. Long throw in, keeps it short. Long one forward. Anybody will make the run? Yes, somebody was gonna be making the run. Weeks was making the run. LeBlanc attempting to put some pressure on his man. It's 2-on-1. St. Joseph hold on to it. 1-on-1 right now. Goes, Wicks making the run. It's going to be a 1-on-1. He's under a bit of pressure. He's under a bit of pressure. And does he fall? He falls, but I think he fumbles on the attack, Ronnie.
Yes. Wicks have been stronger up with the ball. Stronger. Using his hands, he was a get through with that ball. And St. Joseph still in possession, ball going out for a throw for Mighty Avengers, taking a fast through there. Looking to cross that ball. Nice defending, nice interception there by the defender of St. Joseph. They're in control right now, trying to hit that ball out of their box. Here comes St. Joe taking a long throw, trying to find his man, trying to turn. Nice turn there on the defender. Still in control between two of Mighty Avengers. Bring that ball inside. Trying to send his man beat. Trying to beat his man, losing control. Nice football device, and just trying to play 1-2. And the player just did not have much of that patience to have a second touch, taking that long shot there, trying to surprise the keeper from a distance.
79 minutes into our game, 2-1. Still a bit of time left, Ronnie.
Yes.
For St. Joseph, as well as the Avengers. They might want to get a bit more of a comfortable victory, Avengers.
Yeah, but I think St. Joseph have to sacrifice right now and push some more players up front. Enough in control, trying to find man in the offside position. Yes.
As Bedminster finding himself offside. And that's been the
yes, because
I don't want to say downfall, but that's been so far the downside for the Avengers. They found themselves offside 7 times for the game so far. Of course, we see a yellow card being issued to a player of the Mighty Avengers. I guess something that must have been said.
No, they after the referee call, he
Yes. Oh,
still
okay.
continued
Yes,
kicking
he
the ball
continued
out.
kicking the ball. Yes, yes.
Yes, but
But that's where they have been caught off. Imagine Ronnie being caught off 7 times offside, as compared to only twice. As compared to only twice so far for St. Joseph. They've only been offside twice.
yes, because St. Joseph is playing an offside trap, and Mighty Avengers, I don't know if they yet to realize that running a bit too aggressive. Nice cross there for St. Joseph. Not able to win that ball. St. Joseph still in control, playing the man back in, playing that ball short, trying to find his man, but there's some miscommunication between the midfield and the strike player.
Ronnie, just about 10 more minutes left. Just about 10 more minutes left of regulation time. I think we may see maybe about 2 minutes, maybe about 2 or 3 minutes,
stoppage
depending
time
on how referee Vernon decides. But we've seen Nyron Boston switch sides. He was playing on the left side. Right now he's flipped over to the right wing right now.
and Wigstaff push in, push up.
They make the run for it. We put the number 9, number 6 under pressure.
Trying to shadow that
Shadow
ball
it out. Ball kept in play. Ronnie slides it in. Shot and it scores!
Yeah.
Oh, what a brilliant! He kept the ball in play. Played it into Nyron Boston, and Nyron Boston just tapped it in. Mighty Avengers 3 by the foot of Nyron Boston. That was a beautiful play right there by him.
Yes, but Fadul, I blame the defender. I blame the defender for that, because you are shadowing the ball to go out, but you are not aware that whether a next player is coming to support, and the guy just came from the back and just flick the ball through his leg and square the ball for Boston, while the rest of the St. Jude defense is just standing.
Yeah. They were just standing there.
Yeah.
Let me tell you that I thought they would have actually came to assist him, realizing that the ball was still in play. I thought they would have actually fallen back or actually moved back to assist the goal. The goalkeeper was left stranded. Really and truly, the goalkeeper was left stranded, giving the opportunity to Nyron. Nyron just giving it a touch, a touch right
and
there.
And not just that,
Ronnie.
There were 3 defenders in the 18-yard box for St. Joseph, and they just stood there.
They just stood there,
not protecting their keeper, and that ball come. It was a brilliant ball across the goal, and Nyron had no extra work to do than to just tap that ball
in.
Yeah, I don't think you can get an easier goal than that for the season.
No. But I'm really, look, I know we're not supposed to say this. I know we're not supposed to say this, but I am a bit disappointed with the 3 defenders for St. Joseph. I am a bit disappointed with them.
That's what it is about the game. Anytime you switch off, you should get punished.
I'm exactly that's what. Disappointed with them. I really thought, really and truly, they would have fallen back. You identified them, 3 of them. It's not to say it's just 1 and then the others were pushed, but it's 3 of them. They left their goalkeeper stranded. I'm a bit disappointed with that backline for St. Joseph, especially right now. You are already down by, well, at that point they were down by 1. Right now you are down by 2.
Yeah.
There's not much time, about 7 minutes left. And you know the Avengers are going to put on pressure. Nyron Boston again. Will he keep the ball in? No, he won't keep it in.
And right now, it's Mighty Avengers, as we said, supposed to be just taking the ball for a walk right now. Taking out the gloss on the ball by just knocking the ball around. And Fadol, the St. Joseph team have had the pressure from since second half on.
On the Avengers,
more
yes.
possession
Yes.
than Avengers in the second half, and not able to convert. But the pressure was there.
Well, we see two substitutes being prepared. The number 19, Kerwin Riviere, better known as DJ Real Boss. I'm not sure if you caught the goal he scored in the last game. But just before we get to that, St. Joseph on the attack on the left side, about to slide it in, and it's just a quick pickup by the defensive line. Yes,
nice defense there for It was nice defending there from the Mighty Avengers team there, because the Russian striker was all alone to take a shot, and he alone was on the pitch.
So Jaime Nelson will be coming in. Nyron Boston, the last goal scorer, will be coming out. Of course, he's had a wonderful, wonderful game. And Kerwin Riviere, the number 19 for the Avengers, will be coming in as well. I'm not sure if you got on the last game of the Avengers that beautiful goal by Riviere. Suspecting the last dying moments here. We have just about 5 more minutes of regulation time. We may see some something happening from the Avengers, but at this point, St. Joseph needs to pull something out of the hat, Ronnie.
Yes, well,
St. Joseph definitely needs to pull something out of the hat in their favor, at least to try to ease the loss at this point. Good intercept by Philip. Philip playing it to Bedminster. Bedminster looking for options. Back to Philip. Philip inside. Shots! Oh! Ronnie, it slips past the goalkeeper.
Yes, I think it was a save by the keeper, but again, to Enoch, with the speed that he has to compose himself, because the on-rushing defender coming, he could just easily move to his right with that ball and score it or take a shot at goal. But he rushed. Here comes St. Joseph. Now he's defending there for Mighty Avengers. Shotting his man down and kicking that ball out for a throw. And Senjo who's in control of playing a short corner. RJU beating his man nicely, bringing that ball across, trying to find his man, his on-rushing striker into the box. And we have to say that last year Mighty Avengers were not able to make it to the finals, but it looks like that definitely this evening that they're going to be in the finals with 87 minutes into the game. Fado?
Well, Ronnie's been back to back to back to back corners, and nothing has gotten past the 6-yard box. Nothing as yet. I think St. Joseph is going to try something a bit different right now. So let's see whether or not this will make any difference. It's a bit over and it gets cleared.
They're going to counter-attack, free against 2.
Shadows 8.
Trying to find his man.
St. Joseph.
There's some kind of miscommunication again between the two players. So, Fado, I was saying, Mighty Avengers have been in the first division since 2019, and that is their second time being in the semifinals, and it'll be a first time going into the finals. Last year in the semifinals against DS. DS beat them 1-0.
Bedminster. It's going to be a one-on-one challenge with Bedminster. Bedminster tries to keep the pressure on to St. Joseph. And a foul.
Yes, but
St. Joseph player just finding himself outside, and at this point, Ronnie, possession is very important. You want to try to keep, you know, possession with you as much as you can. Bedminster.
I think Saint Joseph have
It's
done a
one.
pretty
Swings it in. Weeks doesn't get the touch on it. St. Joseph
control,
playing down
trying
to
to
the
find man.
middle.
Nice shot by Solven. Look at Bedminster being trying to beat his man. And it's all ball. All ball.
So Ronnie, we've just been informed by the fourth official we have 4 minutes of added time. So we are 90 plus 1 at this time. Avengers just toggling, playing it in through to the middle. Chips one over, looking for Riviere, doesn't get to Riviere accurately. Keeps the ball up in the air. Weeks not able to hover and overlap.
Playing a nice long ball to the wing. Therefore, they are rushing. Winger of St. Joseph. St. Joseph have put the pressure from the beginning of the game, but for somehow they are not able to convert the opportunities they have gotten. Fado. And I have to say kudos to the goalkeeper of Mighty Avengers as well, because of the opportunities St. Joe have gotten and not able to capitalize on it.
Well, Ronnie, he's had based on our statistics, he's had actually 8 saves for the game. So can you imagine if these 8 saves, if these had actually slipped through, we would have been talking a much different game. In the dying moments of play, joining us is, but just before we get to that, St. Joseph on the attack, keeping the pressure on. Nothing to talk about there. Still keeps it in, and it's over. Ronnie.
Yes. Yeah, I think the player is trying to sweep his way through the defense of the Mighty Avengers and got in that shot there. Still went over the ball and allowing the ball to go.
Well, just as we have a player down, we want to say good evening to our FIFA, I don't want to say he's a celebrity, but our FIFA delegate who's been, this is the second time he's been joining us on commentary. Coach Kurt Heard. Coach, good evening to you. Welcome.
Good evening. Thanks for having me again.
Coach, your analysis of the game so far, quickly, as the dying moment of the game comes through.
Yeah, it's been a hard fought game. A lot of play in the wide areas as we see the ball going into the wide area once more through the centre.
Nice composure there,
yeah, game over
by Wicks. And Wicks, yes, this was definitely a brilliant goal by Wicks there. The Mighty Avengers breaking the lines of the St. Joseph team and composing himself there, beating the last man and displacing the ball to the left side of the keeper, unable to save that ball there. You have to give it on to Wicks this evening, and you could definitely see that Mighty Avengers is in to the finals.
Most definitely, yeah, definitely in. I like the fact that he didn't rush the shot. I like the fact that he did not rush it.
But Kurt, as you were saying early on,
yeah, so yeah, just as exhibited there, a lot of play in the wide areas in this game, a lot of outside to inside play, and as we seen there, just as I was describing that, the benefits the Mighty Avengers have had from that style of play today.
I suspect, Ronnie, we miss just about 1 more minute. I don't think referee Vernon will probably want to continue much more of this, at least for the sake of St. Joseph, but we see some dying moment, and yeah, that's just gonna go out. And I think referee Vernon is looking at his watch.
Yeah, but
So we're gonna be seeing time being called very soon, Ronnie.
yes, St. Joseph's definitely have to be blamed for the position they are in presently, because the early opportunities in the first 5 minutes into the game, getting two clear chances and not able to convert not even one, and allowing Mighty Avengers to come back into the game.
Well, we are heading downfield right now to speak to. We're heading downfield to speak to the coach of the two coaches. First, we will speak to coach of the St. Joseph team. First, we'll speak to the coach of the St. Joseph team tonight, right here, joining us.
Sorry.
Good evening to you, Coach. Thank you for joining us. Coach, just one on the scorecards tonight. What went wrong tonight for St. Joseph?
What went wrong? We created a lot of first chances, opportunities in the first half. We just didn't take them. And we lost our composure. And that's what happens when you get opportunities and you don't make it count.
Coach Ronnie was identifying, at least in the first half, Coach Ronnie was saying that the team looked very composed in the first half. And of course, you guys were, very composed in the first half. But in the second half, something happened.
Well, lack of training. I mean, since for the festive season, we have been training as a unit. Yes, in the first half, we were very composed. But in the second half, when we didn't get the goal and time start mounting up, we lost our composure there and we gave up some easy goals. We gave up 2 easy goals. So,
well, as you see, I have to say, beautiful football does not make you win a game. And
No.
tonight, you're the better team in the aspect of possession-wise.
Possession-wise, yeah, we are the
Yes.
better team.
Yeah, but as I say, goals give you a win, and you all get 2 early opportunities in the first 5 minutes of the game, where Mighty Avengers was not settled in the game as yet, and you all did not capitalize on that. And you all came back from 2-0 to 2-1, and you all had the pressure. Even going into the second half, you all still had the pressure coming out against Mighty Avengers. And I from what I've seen is the substitution of Marek
Ali.
Ali.
his substitution from there, I feel the game had turnover from you all advantage, because he was the one who was putting a lot of pressure on the left side of the Mighty Avengers defender, and somehow, some way that I think there the game went across to Mighty Avengers.
I'll not say that because it's a sub we have been making all through the season. With Ali falling so coming in and nothing has changed. I just think that lack of concentration where we stopped the ball on the left side, where Lindsay couldn't get the ball to move in. But Ali Lindsay is a sub that has been working for us during the season. It's not to say that's something new we tried. The sub is a sub that all season we're making this sub. Sometimes you'll have Ali coming in for Lindsay and Lindsay coming in for Ali. So that's a sub we have been playing with all season and working and moving on. Tonight, for some reason, just didn't work out.
Well,
Coach, we want to thank you for joining us, and of course, it's been a good season for you all, and of course, wish you the best of luck for the rest of the season, and of course, the next season coming up. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Let's speak to the winning coach.
That's a sub we always make.
Let's speak to the winning coach of the Mighty Avengers. I think we have to come a little bit this way, Ronnie. I think we have to bring him just a little bit this way. First of all, Kareem Regis, coach of the Do It Center Mighty Avengers. First of all, tell us right now, How are you feeling? Because I know the last game was a nail-biting game, and this time to actually have a much more comfortable win, 3-1. It's a much more comfortable win. How are you feeling as the coach right now?
Yeah, I feel good. I really want to enjoy this moment, enjoy it for the boys. But if I have to be really, really honest, my mind already turned to the finals. So I gotta let the team enjoy the moment. I might enjoy the moment tonight as we go into the holidays, but my mind is already on what we plan to do to face whoever wins this match between RC Doctors and Bafferset in the finals. And coming this far, we gotta be super prepared for whatever else that comes our way.
What was the strategy for the game? I know. You definitely had a strategy coming through, but you have to admit, at a certain time, at certain points in the game, St. Joseph, had you all a bit shaky and a bit nervous.
Well, football is a game of phases, and as I always let the boys know, when you reach this level of football, you're always going to be playing against teams that are just as good as you, if not better than you, and they're going to have their phases where they're going to have a lot of the ball. Your job as the players, is to ride that pressure and get it. At the end of it, as I said, we went up 2 early goals that helped to throw St. Joseph off a bit. We have to ride that pressure, and as I told them at the halftime interval, once we remain up, they will come, and when they come, it's going to make space at the back, and it's evident with the 2 goals we scored late. Once you can ride that wave of pressure, your face is going to come through, and when your face comes through, you just have to capitalize on your opportunities.
Ronnie, I have one more question, but I'll allow you to ask your question to Coach Karim.
Well, Karim, I want to say congratulations to you. I know last year you were fighting hard to reach to the finals. Unfortunately, you lost 1-0 to DS. You redeemed yourself and come, and you're back here in the semi-finals, and definitely right now you're into the finals. I know that feels to be going into the finals. But Karim, I know your team is a team that have been training vigorously and been prepared for this tournament, for these semi-finals. I want to ask you, Karim, some changes were made in your game, especially in the second half, because from what I was been looking at in the first half, your left side was very, passive to see. And in the change of the second half, I think you all defend much better. What were the changes, or what did you tell the boys that they could redeem themselves in the second half to play the way that you wanted them to play?
I just let the guys know that we cannot. When Senjo are coming at us, they're playing a lot of corner balls, a lot of through balls on the diagonal run. So I just let the guys know that the diagonal run is something that they cannot necessarily stop or prevent. You just have to contain it. We had a lot of the time on the left-hand side, they were rushing, trying to pinch that ball forward. I just let them know, no, we're going to contain it. We're going to contain that ball on both sides. And if you can contain it, when I made the changes at the half, I brought in some firepower and the likes of O'Neill Bedminster, who's a great player for us. And I brought in the likes of Jaheim Nelson as well, who's a good defensive soldier for us. When I brought those guys in, those guys came in with a lot of energy and a lot of maturity. And those are players that have been with the club for a very long time as well. So with just their additions, with the changes and the communication at halftime, that allowed us to control the game a little bit better.
But I have to say, Karim, St. Joseph had more of the possession within the game. It's that I figure you all wanted it more than them, and because the chances you all got, you all capitalized early on it, and I think that there went in all your favor. Had it not been that, I think St. Joe, the pressure that they were putting on you all could have been differently. I have to say kudos to your goalkeeper this evening, because I think he, to me, would be the man of the match, because he makes some great saves for you all this evening. But I don't want to take you too long. I would really like you to go and enjoy.
I just have one more quick question. One more quick question. And I know the answer, the quote-unquote political answer. I'm hoping that you wouldn't give us the political answer, but the next match is a very crucial game. You guys are into the finals, the Do It Avengers. I want you to tell me, who would you like to play in the finals? I know the political answer you're gonna give. I'm hoping you wouldn't give us the political answer, and it's not sparking any controversy. But who would you like to really play in the finals?
Well, the both teams that are going to play there are between RC Doctors and Bafferset are two great teams. I mean, we played Bafferset in our first game of the season, and that game felt like a final. That game ended 3-3. And if that game was a knockout game, would have liked to have seen that game going to extra time and to see what would have happened. So for that part, I would have liked to play Baffin State because, you know, just wanting to see if the game had to end with a winner, if we'd be able to come on top of them. Because for us, that would mean that we're ready for Premier because Baffin State was the team exactly coming on from Premier. But with RC Doctors on the other hand, that's a team that we haven't played for this season, and it would be good to maybe just get that opportunity to play against a different team opponent. So there are equal reasons to like both of the teams, you know, to come up against. But other than that, I'm just happy that we can take that step forward into the finals. I'm just really happy for our sponsors and for all our well wishers.
Yeah.
Kareem,
Congrats
thank
again.
you. Thank you, Kareem. Thank you, man. All right, that's it from us on the commentary side. Stay tuned, Ronnie. I don't think it's gonna be you and me next, but we'll see how things go. Baffin State, RC Doctors, semifinals number 2. I personally am not going anywhere. I'm actually gonna be, you know, with our Stream Genius team right here. Ronnie, final words from you as we wrap up semifinals number 1.
Yes, well, it was a very exciting game of in the 75th minute. You could see St. Joseph give up into the game that when they scored the third goal. But St. Joseph have a pretty good team there, youngsters, and I feel if they keep that team together going forward and continue to train, as the coach said,
Yes.
they have had issues in training, and not just they alone. A lot of clubs are having issues in training.
That's
So
true.
something has to be done to get the boys and them having that interest of playing the game, because if you're not fit, you can't just come there and run a 90 minutes. And it showed tonight. Mighty Avengers have been training vigorously. They have never stopped training, and the team not trained end up winning tonight. So congratulations to Mighty Avengers and all your fans and your sponsors. We wish them all the best into the finals.
Thank you very much. Stay tuned. We're continuing coverage live from the Stock Farm Technical Center. Semifinals number 2. The Doctors and Baffin State. In fact, RC Doctors and Baffin State come up next right here. At least that's good night for now from us. Stay tuned. Yeah, man. Good vibes. Good vibes. Good.
Yeah, man.
Good vibes. Singing around, man.
Yeah, man.
They bring that upstairs for